Oh,
hey!
Look at that. Good fade out, Austin.
You're watching Hembree TV.
We're live.
We think we're live.
Actually, if someone on the chat could let us know if we're live and if you can hear us.
Give a thumbs up or something there.
Because we hear
Holy water. We got holy water in the chat.
I believe we're live.
From user Josh Brown. From what we can tell, we are, Hembree TV.
Hey,
it's
got
going
a couple
down.
Thumbs up here. I'm assuming that means that we are online.
Hey, before we get started, that song was a remix, the karaoke remix of Holy Water, created by Hembree's own Eric Davis.
Hit him up in the chat. He's
Hit
there.
him up in
He's
the
hanging
chat.
out.
Unfortunately, Eric and Garrett Childers, bass master, are not with us tonight
But
due to COVID protocols.
but they are on the chat.
They are on the
so,
chat.
hit them
Coming
up.
to you from Kansas City, which I hear it is snowy, so I don't think anyone has anything to do but jam this new Hembree album.
That's
That's
true.
right.
I think a little backstory on that karaoke version. At the start of COVID, we had a couple brain sessions of, hey, what can we do as a band to keep going online? You know, come up with some ideas. And I think we were watching some movies outside on our patio and thought it'd be fun to do a karaoke night. And then we're like, wait, what if we do a karaoke Hembree night? We pitched the idea to Eric, and within a day, Eric sent us a karaoke version of Holy Water that we've never sang karaoke to, but we should.
Yes, and I think that's for the next stream.
Yeah,
It'll
the
be
next stream will
karaoke
be
night.
Karaoke night.
So Garrett, Eric, we know you're out there texting us right now in the chat. We love you. We miss you. Wish you could be sitting here in
Welcome
warm
to our band
California.
thread, everybody. We got Garrett Childers in the chat. He says, "Is it not snowy in LA?" It is. It is not.
About 2 hours outside of town, you can find snow up in the mountains, but not here.
Final housekeeping. If you'd like to chat during the listening party, all you have to do is subscribe to our channel. We set it up that way. Thought it was pretty clever.
Subscribe wall.
And we lost 20 people already, but
Yep.
And
we
they
tried.
bailed, but we appreciate them trying. Yeah, so Alex over here always has done the Hey YouTubers bit, and now Hey YouTubers is a reality. We are live streamers.
YouTube came to us and asked us to do this tonight. So we are just kind of fulfilling our obligation to being a good YouTuber.
Yeah.
We're here.
Our first time as a YouTuber collective. It's good to be here. Well, okay, so let's move this along because I bet people are like, I didn't come to watch them hang out.
Well, that's
I came
what
to
you're
hear
going
some
to get.
music. Okay, so we talked about how we're going to make people subscribe to our channel. And the other big news is that our album is out Friday.
Yes.
And that is awesome. Very excited about it.
LP number 2, It's a Dream, Friday, February 4. Isaac, where can people get our second record?
You can get it anywhere and everywhere that you listen to music, including this fine small company called YouTube. That we're working with right now.
Apple.
And Spotify. Watch
It's on
it. It's on
Spotify.
there. And Bandcamp if you're into paying for music still, which is awesome. And our vinyl, we just got word, the test pressings are on the way. Everything's a little backed up, but I can assure you if you pre-order it, it is coming. It shouldn't be too long, not too much longer here. So
At least by Easter 2027.
yes.
The vinyl will be worth it. I will say we've seen the packaging. It's gorgeous. Assuming the audio quality is going to be as good as we hope, you should have it in your hands soon.
Josh Brown says, hopefully COVID allows for a tour soon. We agree. Our record release show was scheduled for Friday in Kansas City, hometown show, and unfortunately COVID scuttled those
Knocked
plans.
us out.
Congratulations to Austin for being the first member of Hembree to get COVID, not one, but 2 times.
Utah, give me 2. I got everyone in the band, if you didn't, you probably saw on social media, we had to cancel some shows in November and December, including a Kansas City show, because every single member of the band got COVID.
This time, just the drummer.
Yeah, and then 2 weeks ago, I fell into an Omicron batch, and it took over for about 4 days. But I feel great now, just in time for a live stream.
Yeah, you look great.
He looks great. And we're real bummed that we
It's
had
a
to
real thing, guys.
cancel the travel and all the rehearsals and everything. It would have been a pretty bad show had we decided to play.
Yeah, I would have been passing out on the drum stool, and we would have had 0 practices. It would have been entertaining.
But
We're here.
Good news is, before we dive into this, we just announced Boulevardia, Kansas City. We're coming home, 3rd time's a charm tour. We're very excited about it.
Ooh,
the
John.
whole
John
tour.
bought his tickets to Boulevardia today.
John
Incredible.
is in the mix.
We'll see you there.
We love it. We love it. I see. Man, there's so many friends on this thing. This is great.
Good group of folks there. What's everyone wearing tonight? Who are you wearing? Gucci?
Yeah, that's a great
I am
question.
wearing the Ancient Youth, our friend Weaver, amazing clothing designer from hometown Lawrence, Kansas, now living out in Los Angeles as well. Amazing clothing designer, musician, MC. So yeah, be on the lookout. It's
stuff.
called the Ancient Youth. What is everyone else?
Austin, you've got a good story. What are you wearing?
Yeah, I'm wearing a sick T-shirt of a band from the early '80s called The Invasion, early to mid '80s.
Early mid 80s.
Called The Invasion, based out of Kansas City, Missouri, that me and Alex's father was a part of. They had some killer shows back in the 80s, opening up for Quiet Riot, Dawkins, all sorts of great bands that would come through Kansas City. They had a nice little
Legends.
career.
That shirt is
shirt
hard, man. That thing goes hard.
It's
And-
pretty rad. I wear this way too much, but it's vintage. It's classic Invasion 80s vintage.
And it looks like in the thread, Garrett has said Austin has a black shirt and black pants. Alice.
What's Isaac? Oh, yeah, this is going well so far, I think.
Yes.
It's basically turning into a band.
It's our band
This is
chat.
our normal band text thread.
Welcome.
Moving along.
Moving along
So
to
last shout out is to Austin for setting up this live stream. He's got just off
He's
camera. It
he's
looks like a
leaving.
spaceship that he's set up in order to make this happen. So congrats to him for making it work. If it goes down or crashes midway through the live stream, that is also Austin's fault. So we can just blame him for that. Austin did go out of his way to get a liquor sponsor for tonight's event, and we will be drinking what, Austin?
Tonight, thanks to a good friend of ours, we will be sipping on the Busker Irish whiskey, which I think is somewhat fairly new to the market, thanks to our friend Holden for sending this over. Because, yeah, I mean, nothing's like a listening party without having a cocktail. Something
It's
to
going to
sip
be
on.
like drunk history.
So
We're
to
gonna
get
talk
us
about the record.
started, I am going to make a cocktail for us three to enjoy. If you have anything at home to sip on, I encourage you now to pull out your ingredients, maybe shake along with me. Us three are going to be sipping on a Irish Manhattan, which is basically a Manhattan, but it's Irish whiskey instead of bourbon or rye. So we'll be using the Busker for the Irish whiskey. And then you also need some sweet vermouth, some
Welcome to our cocktail
couple
channel.
dashes of bitters, and a cherry. You're going to want that cherry. in
Love
there.
it.
So I'm going to get some cocktails cooking for the boys back here, but you guys can continue
Love it.
on with
We
that.
don't know if Busker Irish whiskey is good, but I'll tell you right now, it's the only company that gave us free booze, so it's our favorite whiskey tonight. Well, Austin's cooking
love
that up.
free stuff.
Before we start the record, I thought maybe it'd be cool to ask Isaac a little bit about the production of this. What's the story behind LP number 2?
Story.
How did it come about? I know a lot of people may already know this, but it was very much written and recorded during COVID.
Yes.
And there were a lot of obstacles caused by COVID.
100%. Yeah. So for those who don't know, and I've gotten a few texts. People are ready for the music here. The text line is hopping, which I'm excited about. But for those who don't know, the record was partially done, or we were scheduled to track the 15 songs I had written around March 2020. Obviously, that didn't go as planned, but we did feel like it needed more time. And I remember talking to Eric, who's hanging out in the chat. Just want to remind everyone of that. For about 2 hours about how we thought the record was really good, but we needed probably 3 or 4 more songs to really push it over the edge. And then with COVID in the mix, all of a sudden that led us to having about an endless amount of time, and that led us to have I want to say 15 more songs. So when it was all said and done, there were 30 songs that we tracked primarily remotely. Alex and Austin and I were able to get together in the studio for a little bit. That was kind of an amazing experience after everyone being so isolated. So we did that, and then just really, really love this record. We're so excited for everyone to hear it. Feel like it's a level up from anything we've done in our musical careers. And as soon as our cocktail guy is ready to go, we're gonna get this party started.
I think Garrett and Eric could probably attest to this as well. Had COVID not hit and affected the band the way it did, we would have released a record with 13 other songs, basically. We would have gone into the studio regardless. We were prepared to do so, and it would have been an alternate universe, it would have been an entirely different record.
It would have been very different. I think the being at home and having the time to think about what we wanted to make was really good and beneficial, but also kind of changed the mood of the record. When we play live, I think all of a sudden that influences the music a little bit more. And, you know, we even will pick out parts of songs and say, oh, that really resonated with the crowd when we did that certain thing. And it's honestly, that's an amazing feeling too, but it was kind of nice, I think, for us to just sit and think, what exactly do these songs need, you know, to be the best they can be?
Eric says that Reach Out was the only song that was finished pre-pandemic, and we actually, this would have been 2019, fall of 2019, we went into the studio and recorded Reach Out, thinking it was going to be the first single that we were going to release within the next couple months, early 2020. COVID started rearing its head. We started hearing more and more about it, started seeing bands canceling tours, pushing back records. So Reach Out basically got shelved and had been written, recorded 2.5 years ago at this point.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
But it wasn't until this past summer that we finally released it. So yes, that was the first song that was written and recorded.
I'm just loving this chat line here with so many familiar faces and friends. 30 songs, B-side, yes.
Yeah.
There are some B-sides. There's some features with different artists that we're really excited about. Eric Hillman, the co-producer of this record, is in an awesome band called Foreign Fields. They joined us on a B-side. That's a really, you know, special song for the band and myself.
All right, we're running on fumes here. Jesus, Austin. What are you doing, man? Oh, yeah.
Oh, at Heavy Duty in Burbank.
This is we recorded the drums at Heavy Duty.
Yes. And Austin and I are both drummers. We do a little, thank you, my friend. We do a little drum trade-off.
Thank you.
We consider ourselves a modern Foo Fighters.
2 drummers, and most, if not all of the songs on the record have both of you playing on them at different points.
At the same time.
At the same time. It just sounds like a
There's
mess.
a couple sections that have double drums for sure.
Yeah, there are some double drums. There's some videos we'll post of Austin and me both playing drums in the studio. And one of my favorite things, one of the secret recipes of the Hembree album is that we both are drummers, and I frequently swap takes in and out. So maybe next live stream we'll try to decipher who's who on the drums.
I'll give you a hint. If it's loud and it's a chorus, that's probably me.
Yeah.
If it's chill and tastefully done, that's us.
It's a good dynamic.
There we are.
Let's
Cheers.
dive in.
Dive in. We got
Hey, cheers
got a
to
good
everybody!
crew.
To
Thank you,
everybody
guys.
out there. Boop, boop. What a wild ride!
I'll be
it's
asleep
been.
in 5 minutes. And okay, well, let's kick this thing off. Austin did a great job. He got this set up so that we're going to be able to play you some of the music videos as well as premiere a brand new music video. I know there's even some people from our internal team that haven't even seen it yet. So this is for everyone who's watching. And but you want to kick it off?
Yeah, we're going to go down album order, which if you go on the description of the YouTube page, you can see the track listing there. And we're going to go straight down the album, starting with track 1, Reach Out.
for me. Reach out for me. Hold me closer now, 'cause I am reaching out. What you looking at? Hold me closer now, 'cause I am reaching out. Hold me closer now, 'cause I am reaching out. What you looking at? What are you talking about? What you looking at?
And we are back.
My Lord.
Hembree TV. You're watching the 100% Music Network.
That is track one.
Track
That's
one.
track one, yeah. Which I remember we put that out, a while ago now as the first single, and then we were in the process of kind of coming up with a track listing, and we're like, well, what should track one be on the album? And without question, it was Reach Out. It's like, that's track one. I think we tried some other options a couple times, but
Alex wanted a really mellow intro.
we did. We talked about having
We could make a
bit
case
of
for
an
yeah.
intro.
I don't know if
But-
our friend is watching, but he'll appreciate this, and some of his other friends will appreciate this. Our friend David Hall from Kansas City had a conversation with me one time about how he was done with 30-second intros on albums. He
Yeah.
said, put a real song first. So that's for you, David.
Yeah, and it works really well.
Hashtag track one, WON.
Track one. John is joining the Hembree
Track
PR
one.
team. He's great. So we'll keep this rolling, but I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Carpenter Collective, Tad and Jessica Carpenter, and Igor and Valentine. They are the animation team, and Tad and Jessica are the illustrators behind that video. Another thing that maybe wouldn't have happened, not going to say that the pandemic was a good thing at all, but would not have happened had COVID not happened, because we couldn't really get together safely. Again, band, 3 of us live in LA, 2 guys live in Kansas City, and it didn't make sense at that time to try to gather a whole film crew and everything. So best friends with Tad and Jessica, and we just always wanted to collaborate with them. And Tad said, yeah, I'll do something if we can find the right animators and everything. And he said, I don't know, I have a few ideas. And he sent me about 40 slides and put that, I am allowed to, I think, be a big fan of that video since I didn't design it or make it. So
true, yeah.
I love that music video. I think we all love that music video. And and I guess we're going to premiere another video, track 2, right?
We're going to roll right into track 2, which is a song called It's a Dream, which we put out a month or 2 ago.
Title track.
Title track of the album, and we have this video that will be coming out very, very soon, but we wanted to give a little sneak peek preview tonight. We're very hyped on it.
No
We're
one
super
has
stoked.
no one has seen
one has
this.
seen this.
We got a cut maybe
Not even our manager.
2 hours ago.
Yeah, 3 hours ago or so. So yeah, a lot of people on the team haven't even seen it, but we were like, oh, it's good, and we're putting this.
Let's
thing
show.
on the
Let's
stream.
give you a little
And
preview of
we'll
it.
give you a little preview. It stars our friend Sydney Park, an amazing actress and musician out in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And she did a wonderful job. And our friend Coco and his team put the whole video together. Yeah. Coco!
All right, fire it up.
And it was nice to I'll say it was nice to actually do a video that we had a real actress in, a real actor, because we've all been in videos, projects in the past, and we're not actors. So when
You
we're
can tell.
acting in a video, it's a struggle and it doesn't turn out well.
We cut most of the things when we have to act.
Exactly. We cut it every time.
But we
were
still try.
We were stoked to get a video that felt more like a short film, which is definitely what we have and what you'll see here. But she's amazing in it. So I hope you enjoy.
Yeah, Joel, we're coming for you right now. We're going in raw with this one.
This is for
This comment
music
section
video
rules.
for It's a Dream.
It's a Dream title track. Here we go.
I don't understand it. How can you tell me? Being too dramatic. We're living in a dream. It's my quintessential existential crisis. the doubt. I'm climbing out, I'm worried, but the time is now. I don't understand it. How can you tell me? Being too dramatic. We're living in a dream. Living in a dream night. Gonna see the stars align. Can it be? Living in a dream night. Gonna see you and I. Can it be? Living in a dream.
Whoa! Hey, raw but pretty solid.
Wow, we stuck the landing there.
That was actress Sydney Parks. What's the name of the film that we was recently out on Netflix?
Oh, There's Somebody Inside Your
There's
House.
Somebody Inside Your House. That's the star of There's Somebody Inside Your House, which came out on Netflix back in October. Maybe
I
I
some people saw.
recognize her.
Great film. That was one of the first times we got to actually properly hang out with her. Is we did a screening of the movie in our backyard with her and some of the cast. I guess I should elaborate why we probably know her. My girlfriend Emma is a stylist out here in LA, and that's one of her clients is Sydney. They're good friends as well.
And Sydney was awesome to work with.
She was awesome.
Also, a brief Easter egg in there. The priest is our dear buddy Zach, who is a comic here in Los Angeles.
He's
and is,
doing a set tonight.
He's actually performing tonight. That we're going to try and wrap this thing up so we can go catch him by
It's a
by 8
long
p.m.
album though. Yeah, he's doing a set with SNL's Andrew Dismukes. We are promoting all of our friends.
Yeah, that is a very couple comments, and it was a very 90s feeling video. That was actually kind of the vibe that we wanted, kind of a trippy fisheye lens 90s feel to it.
Yeah, it really fits the mood. And I've just picked up, and maybe Coco did this subconsciously. Again, for those watching, Coco is the director of the video. Maybe he did this subconsciously, but I say it's my existential, quintessential crisis of the day. When I say existential is when the eggs smile at the camera. So I don't know. Maybe there's something
There's
there.
a good chance
Coco's
Coco
right.
didn't know that, and he just thought you were saying something about eggs.
That's
would be
true.
my guess.
I do start my day with eggs every day.
Our producer, Eric Hillman, who produced this record, is now in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. We can talk more about Eric after the record, perhaps, or not.
Or we could just say Eric has been producing and working with the band since the very beginning, since Can't Run Forever. Him and I are dear friends, and he's just I'm honored to have him as a collaborator. And this is the part where the stream's getting serious, but really appreciate it, you Eric. You are the 6th member of Hembree.
There's no doubt about that. And
That's-
It's a Dream's a perfect example. I believe that started with a riff that Eric Hillman sent to Isaac and was like, hey, he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but this sounds like this could be a Hembree song. And then Isaac just knocked it out of the park and made it into a perfect Hembree
And
song.
we've only recently begun playing that song live at some of our shows before COVID started canceling those, and we had to buy a mandolin. We've been traveling with a mandolin.
And we'll keep the stories brief because I know we want you all to hear the record, but
Track 2.
we're on
2 hours in.
So the last story with this one though is that we did need to buy a mandolin for a festival we were playing in Cleveland. We love Cleveland. Cleveland rules. Cleveland rocks. We always have a great time there. But we were playing a festival in Cleveland, and we needed a mandolin for that song. I did not play the mandolin, but I figured it out for that song. And Eric, who's in the chat, just crushing it, Eric Davis, texted me a link to a Guitar Center in Cleveland, Ohio, and he was like, this is the only used mandolin that we can find, and it's in Cleveland, Ohio.
Where we're going.
So we flew into Cleveland, went and picked up the mandolin, then went to the festival grounds. One of our first sets back from COVID. It was
and Isaac's
an
in the
absolute
back
blast.
of the van,
Learning how to play
learning the
mandolin.
song on the mandolin, and we're all like, "This is a bad idea. We should really not play this song." And the song wasn't even out yet, actually, as a single. And we played it live in the middle of the set at this festival, and everyone went wild because it's a great song. But it was one of those that when the set was done, we were all like, "That is the perfect festival song."
Yeah.
that whether anyone knows the song yet or not, we are playing.
I think
that
any
live.
song with a mandolin at a festival is a perfect festival.
Well, and
song.
people don't quite understand what it is, so oftentimes they're like, "Hey, tiny guitar! He had a big guitar. Now he's got a tiny guitar.
Tiny guitar. We got a big Cleveland crew in the chat going on.
What's up, Cleveland? We love you guys.
Can't wait to get back.
So that last video again was directed by our good friend Coco from out here in LA, and he moving right into the next video, which is the third track on the album, Operators, which is another video that Coco did that we filmed a couple months ago. And then we'll talk more about it afterwards because it features another good friend of ours that we'd like to talk about. But this is Operators.
Maybe this time we'll open our eyes, rolling like an alligator, sinking our paddle. Tell me where you want me to be. Tell me which one you need. You can tell me. Daylight, we try and we hide, running like an elephant, falling from the sky. Tell me where you want me to be. Tell me which one you need. You can tell me. You can tell me. You can tell me. Cause see anytime the night falls, operators swoop into the aisles and take what everyone wants. What do they want it? Who are they trying to please? What do they want it? Who are they trying? Somehow they keep it running without the love. Overcalculated feelings, they're tying up what everyone wants. What do they want it? Who are they trying to please? Maybe this time there's no next time. Running while the helicopter's flying right by. Just tell me where you want me to be. Tell me which one you need. You can tell me. Sundown to sunrise, we see the antithesis, playing like the innocent, trying to defy, saying, tell me where you want me to be. Tell me which one you need. You can tell me. Cause see anytime the night falls, operators swoop into the aisles and take what everyone wants. What do they want it? Who are they trying to please? What do they want it? Who are they trying? Somehow they keep it running without the love. Overcalculated feelings, they're tying up what everyone wants. What do they want it? Who are they trying to please? Tear gas and it's hard to digest. The whole city in a murder crisis. Ran 4 blocks, better catch light. 1-2 step with a left, right. Chin up in a long mile. Big badge and a false smile. The right through but the wrong aisle. Zeitgeist in a dog pile. Let's pause, a moment of silence. Peace going up, but they call it a riot. Please stay calm, it's a moderate process. To bite my tongue, not a part of my conscience. The credible risk of becoming a suspect, a crumbling halo. I'm back at the front door, hiding the peephole, order to stay home. Cause see anytime the night falls, operators swoop into the aisles and take what everyone wants. What do they want it? Who are they trying to please? What do they want it? Who are they trying? Somehow they keep it running without the love.
pardon my French, but damn,
Wowzers.
we look good in that.
We do look really good in that. That is a perfect time to give a shout out to our stylist.
Now, thanks to you.
Yeah, we moved out to LA and we were like, we need to step up our game a little bit. And a big part of that, I mean, for every band, is the way you look. I mean, let's be honest, half of being a band is the way you look. Come on.
I once heard the legendary Tom DeLonge say it's about 90%.
Oh yeah, that's probably also very.
And when I
true.
think of Tom DeLonge, I think of good style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he needs a stylist.
Um,
Either way, my beautiful girlfriend Emma is a stylist, and she's helped us on all the videos you've seen so far. She also dressed Sydney in the last video. She didn't dress us in that animated one, but we look really good in this one. I'm not gonna lie. The suit that Isaac's wearing is so sick. And we've been dying to play a show since filming this video so that he can wear that suit on stage, but we've canceled every show.
It's going to be way too hot at Boulevardia,
Oh, yeah,
so
it might
that's
be a
not
little
going to
hot.
happen.
But a shout out to Emma. Danny and Emma is the name of the style duo, and they are fantastic.
A
and
couple
make us
comments in the
look really
chats. Our producer Eric said that might still be his favorite track on the record. I know personally it's my favorite track on the record, and someone else mentioned it sounds very much like the St. Vincent David Byrne album,
Yes.
which
Love that record.
was an influence, I can safely
Without a
say,
doubt.
for us on
Yeah.
that. And I think the big saxophones, the big horns in it, and that dance funk vibe is something super unique. I love that song.
And I
Great
love
job,
that.
Isaac.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Who's that sax on there?
So that is another new friend, Henry Solomon. Henry plays in the most fun band in the world, Thumpasaurus.
Thumpasaurus.
And he also plays in one of the best and biggest bands in the world, Haim. So if you've heard Haim, Summer Girl, he is the sax player on that. Met Henry via some of the people at the studio we recorded at. Nicest guy, literally the best sax player. Eric Hillman and I, our co-producer, we would just sit and gush about how amazing Henry's tracks were. Because again, a lot of this was remote. So even though Henry was in LA, I would hit him up and say, Henry, like, here's what we're thinking. Can you do something like this? I think at one point, Eric Davis, we've got two Erics in the Hembree world, Eric Hillman and Eric Davis. Eric Davis wrote out a score for him to just kind of like play that part. But, then he just totally did his own thing, and we wanted him to embellish it and do his thing with it. And then the other person that just adds so much magic to that song is the one and only Marty Hillard, another great friend of Kansas City Cowboy Indian Bear fame. And you know him as Bodye. And we were just so honored to have Mart on the track. He's one of the most brilliant people. I think he might be watching, but I'm going to praise him as just an amazing person, a brilliant person. Feel super fortunate to have him.
He's
involved
now
in
watching.
this.
He's out saving the world.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
At a civic meeting right now. He's got more important things to do.
Marty is one of our a long-term friend, close friend to everyone in the band, and that was one of those that we had. The song was kind of almost done, and Isaac sent a text with like the latest cut of the song. He's like, "Hey, by the way, I'm thinking about sending this to Marty to see if he wants to lay down a verse in the bridge section." And normally that would be a bit of a no from most of us in the band, of like, ooh, that's kind of stepping out of a genre world, that like that's a big leap and not comfortable with it. But we know Marty so well, and we know how talented he is, that all of us were like, yes, like that's a brilliant idea. It's perfect for this song in particular. And Marty, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks later, we get this new mix back that included a verse from Marty, and we're like, the song is now done.
Yeah, and it just, I felt like we wanted this record to be more collaborative than our previous records, work with a lot of friends. Also want to give a shout out to Alex's girlfriend, Devin, who sang on It's a Dream, the song we just heard. True. So it's very much like a record that is way more collaborative than anything we've done, with a lot of friends, a lot of people that have been in our lives for a long time and mean a ton to us. So yeah, Marty just absolutely crushed that. And, I'm going to spoil it. He'll be at Boulevardia with us, and hopefully some more festivals this summer.
Yeah, I think so. Eric chimed in, said he's trying to currently pitch this song for a FIFA soccer video game.
If anyone has
would be
FIFA's
incredible.
email, we'd like to submit
Yeah,
this.
if someone's got Mr. FIFA.
gmail.com.
Oh,
Fred
FIFA.
FIFA.
Fred FIFA, the FIFA at gmail.com. If you guys just blow him up. And I don't know if our dear friend and another part of the team, Jono, is watching, but funny emails like that just led me to wanting to remind everyone that Jono has liljon@gmail.com if you'd like to submit some demos to him.
Eric found it. It's FIFA@gmail.com, I believe is what the email
Eric and
address
Garrett
is.
are doing a wonderful job in the chat line. We miss them.
Eric, Garrett, we love you. This is a bummer that we're not all together.
I will also say that it feels a little bit like pop-up video because we'll have something and like Eric will be like, band had COVID that day. Or we'll...
It's like a response to everything. Like,
Yeah.
oh, COVID.
One other quick note. Several people commented on the actor in Operators is a gentleman by the name of Jerry Polito, who we found via, I believe, probably Craigslist. Coco found him and cast him in Operators. He made an appearance also in It's a Dream. And there's really no words that can describe the character that is Jerry Polito.
He's obsessed with the Beatles. He knows more about the Beatles than anyone I've ever met. The last video for It's a Dream, we needed to bring him a Subway sandwich with tuna,
Tuna stuff.
That was his payment.
pepper. Tuna, pepper, pickles, and mayo.
I think that was it, yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wondered who ate the tuna at Subway.
It's Jerry.
It was Jerry.
Well, and me. I eat that when we're on tour.
Well,
Jerry's awesome, though.
Jerry
we,
rules.
We all, as a band, met him for the first time on the Operator shoot. And it was such a fun day. We're there all day in this auditorium just hanging out with Jerry. And what a character. What a amazing history and past he's had. And quietly,
He has a lot of interactions with John Lennon. It's
Yes.
crazy. He has stories
He's
for
a
days.
Very interesting character and just a classic, perfect LA character.
Yeah.
And it did not take much for him to get worked up
He
and
was
into
phenomenal.
character on set.
Yeah.
He really was the perfect casting
Yeah.
for that. He knocked it out of the park.
He crushed it. And I want to say, I've noticed that the numbers are growing. Thank you all for sharing with your friends. I think we're on the verge of breaking the internet here, people.
Yeah, I think the internet's about to go down.
Well, let's keep this rolling here because it is an album listening party, but we're having fun with you guys. This next song is called Luna. It is a short little interlude that's about missing your home and just not knowing exactly where you're at with your place in the world.
Love it.
So we're going to play that into the next song on the record,
Yeah,
right?
I think we're going to do a couple in a row here just to kind of move things along for you guys. But I will point out now, this is all brand new territory.
Yeah, we
These
finally
are
reached
now,
songs you've never heard.
Yeah, unreleased tracks. So we're going to do probably 3 in a row. And this is going to be fun for us because we're not going to cut away from the camera. So you're literally going to watch us listen to our songs that we haven't listened to in a while. And you're going to see our real-time reactions knowing that this album's finally about to come out and we're just now getting to hear it again for a while because we all took a break.
Boot it up and let's make ourselves another cocktail.
I think it's time for another cocktail. So we'll check back in here in just a couple tracks, guys. So enjoy the second half of It's a Dream.
Enjoy watching Austin make Manhattans to our new record.
Yeah.
One day I'll wake up and I won't know anyone, and I will wonder what I missed while I was gone. I'm fairly certain I'm just trying to explain my nervous heart that misses home a little more each day. How will I remember each little face? No, how will I remember each little face, each day?
One, two, three.
And we're back.
Whoa, my Lord.
This
What a
comment
journey.
section is so awesome because we've heard these songs for a year now. So it's really, really cool to see you guys responding to these. And I'm loving the band chiming in. Well, Garrett wants a snow day. Eric, the two Erics are throwing in some great facts about tracking this song. I saw one from Eric Hillman about how he recorded the Zoom glitching out. Him and I were just working on the song, and then all of a sudden I just heard this, and he kept hitting play. I believe, Eric, chime in if this is correct. I think you were just hitting play repeatedly on Ableton, and it was glitching out. And then this is something that would have only happened due to remote and pandemic recording. I was like, oh, hold on, this is awesome. And he knew it was great as well. So I recorded what I was hearing on my end, and then sent him the files, and then he implemented them into the track
Beautifully.
Yeah, and this song I think actually had the most changes. It's one of my favorites on the record. I love how it turned out. Alex initially wrote this one. You started with the demo.
Yeah, I had it was really only about almost 3 minutes long. It was much more simple. It didn't have obviously all the production. I think the song really came to life in the production phase, but it had the general melody, the chords, some of the lyrics, the melody was there.
It had the song.
It was there.
I wrote the song. No.
But then we, I'd sent it to you. You came up with great ideas for it. And then during production, it switched to so many times drastically. We tried so many different beats. At one point, it was like a double time.
I think the
bump
biggest
and beat.
change was, I think Eric Hillman at one point was like, can we just speed this way up?
Yeah.
And we like took the tempo up quite a bit.
The initial song was quite a bit slower. And Alex, one of my favorite things about the demoing process is that songwriters will send you demos that just have gibberish over them, or like one line and a bunch of gibberish. And I don't even know if he said this in his demo, but he said, I'm a stranger in my own skin. And I was like, boom, there's the entire song.
Yeah. Oh, that was in there. I was proud when I wrote that.
Yeah.
Like, that's
the best line Alex has ever written.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
good stuff.
So I took it and I was like, we gotta exploit this line. We gotta put that in the track, and that kind of informed the mood for the entire song, for the rest of the lyrics around it. But someday maybe we'll put them out. There's multiple versions of that song.
It would be very cool to play the progressions of that song, the 5 different drastic versions that we have.
Yeah, and the tempo starts, and this is for the music nerds out there. I mean, it starts in the 110s or something, and I think Eric Hillman texted and said, like, can we just kick this thing, like, just send me a bounce at 123, which is a significant change. And there was a sort of Tame Impala festival banger inspired version with the drums just relentlessly kind of in a let it happen space. And then I think that drum take on the song started, we did multiple takes, and then we did it the next day. We went back, and then I just played one little groove, and then we're like, I think we should do this for the entire song. But again,
the verses, we're really getting into it on this one. This song is one of our favorites, so that's why we're really grabbing onto this one. But the verses had that kind of dance beat, and the choruses had a much bigger Tame Impala downbeat. And then we kind of, at one point, we're like, the chorus just isn't quite connecting. Let's take the verse, just a simple dance beat, and just put it all the way through. Let's just make a classic dance beat song.
Which now they're chiming in, and they say they want the dance version too.
Yeah,
so
we need to release.
We'll do 4 versions.
Release
of
the
this
Zack
song.
Snyder cut.
Yeah, we'll crank this thing out.
Chris asked, how do we choose which version to release? And that's a weird one, because at one point we were like, well, clearly now that it's in this Tame Impala vibe, this is the festival version. This is the way to go. But it didn't quite feel right. So we went back to the drawing board again, and then Hillman really did some really cool production ideas, and we really, as a band, allowed this song to breathe more than we have in the past, maybe.
And more than we've allowed any song to breathe, really. I think, again, because of the pandemic, we were like, I don't know if anyone's ever going to hear this thing, so let's just let this thing ride out and just, enjoy the groove of it.
We had a big LCD sound system influence there in the bridge section. I remember
totally.
On the text thread, we had a section of like, what if that bridge is just
rides
long
out
and instrumental, and then the beat drops at some point, and then everyone was on board, and Eric Hillman worked his magic, and we had this sick
Yeah,
song.
it was one of those ones where the song was really difficult for quite a while. And I think we tracked the drums for it first. Like I said, we're getting very into it, but we tracked the drums for it first. And it's just like neither of us were really like clicking on it. And I think we were also just so excited to be back in the studio. So we came back the next day. That's the beauty of having someone that's outside of the band to kind of say like, hey, just let it go. We'll get back to it tomorrow and everything. And yeah, there was a breakthrough for sure with that one. And it might be my favorite song on the record.
Yeah, I think we all really
all
like that song.
one a lot.
Yeah.
We won't tease it too much, but we do have we have more videos in the pipeline, one of which is a version of that song that was, it'll be a live music video. I don't know if I want to give too much of this away,
Well,
but
don't give too much.
okay.
But another video coming soon.
Another video coming soon, and the logistics of it were
Insane.
rather ambitious, and I think we pulled it off and are very proud of what you'll see.
We'll just say
weeks.
it involves a recorder in my back pocket.
in a
and
very nice suit.
In the
and a
desert.
nice suit
In a very nice
that we spent too much on that we, well, we could get in trouble here, but that we tried to return.
Oh, you can say that. I think Austin's going to return all of this software once we're done using it for this live stream.
Careful.
YouTube will turn me in. All right, we're going to move on. We're actually going to do 3 songs in a row now, just because they blend so well together. And then we'll chat about them a little bit afterwards. One of these you've heard in the middle here is a current single, but the next 3 tracks are called I'll Be On Time, Close to Me, and I Don't Believe You, which is a banger, baby.
Yes.
I
Excited
feel
for y'all to hear that one.
We also realized during that last stretch that this is just like a reaction video on YouTube. We're just reacting to our own songs and not contributing
Well, to
anything.
be fair, I personally haven't listened to the album in a while because you got to take a break every once in a while. Now I'm like, this
You're
shit's
into
good.
it. That's just the whiskey, man.
Well, which round 2 coming
Let's
up.
do
right
it.
Oh,
now.
boy.
So this is a beautiful song called I'll Be On Time.
Worry like you used to. Sleeping at night. One at a time. Saying out. Trying not to lose you. Letting it ride. I'll be on time. Sleeping at night, one at a time, saying loud, trying not to lose you, letting it ride, happy on time. Baby, I don't know. will give you everything. Where we're going, where we're gonna be, I will follow you, I will keep you close to me. There's no way of knowing all your hearts really need. I will follow you, I will keep you close to me. Close to me, close to me. I will follow you, I will keep you close to me.
Whoa! Alex's intros are amazing.
We'd had a discussion behind the scenes, and they're like, "We need to take a break after this because I'm sweating." We're banging through these songs, and they're banging.
We are cruising through the record, folks. Seriously, this is so wonderful. So many awesome friends that are in the chat, including my amazing, beautiful wife, who just said Garrett is my favorite Hemmer. It's true. Garrett is my band spouse. Drew is my world life spouse. Truly, massive shout out to Drew, who does all of our album artwork, merch, and everything like that. Very fortunate. And fun fact for those who do not know, a lot of you are friends, so a lot of you know that or know this, but Drew is also Eric's sister, Eric Davis's sister. So it's a real family operation here at Hembree's 100% Music Corporation.
LLC.
And also some people saying they're going to play Close to Me at their wedding. I don't zero way in here. Is that true?
I would hope so.
On Close to Me, that was Isaac had written a demo and sent it to the band, and it was one of the few times, almost unanimously, everybody in the band was like, "Well, that's got to be on the record.
Well,
that's a no-brainer."
And it was late as well.
It was a late.
That was an interesting one because it was when it kind of came time to pick which songs we're going to take to the studio and record drums and all the stuff with. As a group, everyone in the band was like, well, Close to Me is like single one. And Isaac was the one that was like, I don't know, guys. Like, because it's a catchy little number.
Well, and this is a little behind the scenes, but I do a lot of songwriting for other artists and music production and things like that. And I had written, and this gives a little bit away, but I had written Close to Me for another project, and it had different lyrics, and it just felt like it wasn't right for Hembree. But I sent it over, and Garrett, like I said, my band spouse, it hit him in the right way, and he was like, "We have to do this song. I don't care what, like rewrite it, say what you want to say, but we need to do this song." So the whole band, it resonated with them. That's the beautiful thing about a band, is everyone can kind of weigh in and bring a song to the forefront. But the other thing I was going to say is there's a lyric, and it's the Cowboy Indian Bear Hype Show. There's a lyric. Let's see. It is
second verse.
Yeah,
It's been a while since you sang it.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Loudspeaker with the windows down. Does anybody see you out? Which is actually a reference to one of our favorite Cowboy Indian Bear songs. And I was just texting CJ, the lead singer, who's a dear friend, very influenced by him and his writing on the song "I'll Be on Time" as well. So there's this record, I think, definitely ties into a lot of the people that mean so much to us, and is very based around these awesome people in our lives. And so, super thankful for y'all.
Collaboration, influence, big, yeah.
A gentleman by the name of Ross had to check out of the chat, which means one of two things: we're either going way too long, or he just couldn't handle the heat that we're putting out on this record,
or the busker has kicked in too hard.
Oh, it's kicked in.
He went to bed.
Yes, it's getting late in the Midwest here, so I suppose we'll keep this thing rolling here.
Yeah.
But thank you all. We've got a few more songs. This one is called "I Don't Believe You."
We will do these next two back to back as well, and so we'll get a little tidbit on "I Don't Believe You." This one, fun fact, started with a little keyboard synth riff by Eric Davis
In the practice room,
I
or
think the practice room, or
it was a practice room in
Might have been a sound
in
check.
Lawrence, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're right. I think it was.
Eric might be able to chime in on this, but if I'm not mistaken, it was down in the house
It was
in
in the
Lawrence,
house, yeah.
and
I
Eric
just-
had this rad riff.
Eric did this little riff,
Be-do-do-do-do.
which you're going to hear immediately when the song starts, and immediately it was like everyone was just like, "What is it?" Dish. It
Yeah.
just came
The
in,
song
started
wrote
jamming.
itself.
and it was like, boom, this is a song. And then Isaac took that demo and made it, fleshed it out even more. And then I think the first demo back we heard of this one ever again was like, well, that's on the record.
Yeah, this
That's
is
like,
a Jamie and John Flynn basement jam.
Yes.
And Eric
Perfect.
sparked the inspiration for this one. We haven't even played it yet, but my God, it's going to bang hard when it comes out of
we're
your
gonna
speaker.
go right from I
These
don't.
ward boys are getting loose.
We're gonna go right from I Don't Believe You right into a gorgeous song called Panic We're going to go those back to back as well, and then we'll chat about them some more.
Nice
so
work.
here's I Don't Believe You. I suggest you crank this one up.
Wherever you wanna go, don't remember the times when you were feeling alright. No, everyone you've ever known, don't believe me, then try just to let it go. All this time I can't resist, I try to live a life without consequence, but every time I come around and try again, I end up leaving 'cause it's all pretend. Yes, I know everything I need to know, don't believe you, but can't seem to let it go. All this time I can't resist, I try to make it all less obvious, but I don't think you understand. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't think you understand. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Wherever you wanna go, don't remember the times when you were feeling low. I know everyone you've ever known, don't believe me, then try just to let it go. All this time I can't resist, I try to live a life without consequence, but every time I come around and try again, I end up leaving 'cause it's all pretend. Yes, I don't think you understand. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't think you understand. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't think you understand. Wherever you wanna go. Sunrise, pouring over me, pouring over me. New light, keep me company, keep me company. I need to let go, 'cause I can't quite shake out all my fears, shake out all my fears. I'm losing control. I don't feel right. Take me out of here. Take me out of here. Let the panic in. Yeah, over me, I let
Damn.
That's a chorus.
Guys'
Right there.
intros
That's a chorus.
back into the
And
stream.
we're back.
And we're back.
That was the song on the record that you sent the demo to, and I said, "Don't change anything."
And then we changed some stuff.
And then changed a lot, and I got-
I argued with you about it for days.
That was the only
We changed a lot, but in the end, we
It
actually
turned
went
good.
It
Back
went a
quite
lot
bit,
closer
yeah.
to
the demo.
to what Alex was wanting. There was a point, this is probably March 2020, where it was time to show the guys some of the songs that I had written. Alex and Austin live a solid 10 minutes from me. They came over to my house. We played through some of the jams, and this was one of the ones that really stuck out in a big way. And then Alex fell in love with it, which is awesome. I think he was right that the demo was sometimes like a song like we just listened to, House on a Hill. The demo had the solid ideas, but we needed to perfect it and refine it. And then weirdly with this one, we needed to go back kind of to that initial inspiration.
Hillman chimed in. The more we changed this song, the worse it got, and it kind of did.
Yeah.
Not in negative. Not well. I guess it was negative, but
Well, and then so Hillman and I would work on it. I mean, we worked on it a lot, and it started to tread this line of like anthemic soft rock, and because we wanted it to have, because the lyrics are very emotive, and we wanted it to kind of capture all this the intensity of like a panic attack, and we just couldn't quite get it to feel right. And the way that we did the record was there was an app that everyone could listen on, and so there was kind of a text thread like we're seeing tonight in the chat, and Alex would be like, sounds good, but I think the demo's good, for like months.
A long time.
And then
because the demo had a certain edge to it,
A rawness.
which you hear more here in the final version for sure. And then we went on a path where it lost a bit of its edge and became more, I think, lyric focused, which is important too.
Yes.
But the musically, it lost a lot of its edge, which made it powerful.
took away from the lyrics.
Exactly.
Right.
So we ended on this perfect blend of the demo and the studio version, where it combined the edge of the demo but the beautiful contrast of the studio version. But I will say, as a band, the first time we all heard the chorus of that one, that's when we were like, well, this is on the record, because that chorus is, I was just talking to Isaac about it. It's like a warm blanket that covers you. That verse is, it's dark, it's brooding, it's leading to something, and then that chorus hits and you're like, oh yeah, I got my electric blanket on. It's cranked up to 7, and I just climbed in.
Sometimes
and everything's okay.
Yeah, without a doubt. Sometimes you forget writing songs and you forget the tracking process, but I vividly remember when that chorus hit. And you hear songwriters say it all the time, but that one sort of felt like it appeared out of nowhere, which is like a very special thing about music, where you're just like, I have no idea where that came from, but I'm thankful for it. And yeah, we're real proud of that one.
That song rules, man. That song's called Panic. The song before that, though, was I Don't Believe You, and that was an Eric
Also, we just got
massive synth bass riff on that one.
Eric Davis really brought the heat on that one, and Henry Solomon brought it all home with the sax at the very end there. Yeah. And we've just received a chat that says Danny Charlton thinks Alex needs to start his own radio station. I agree, because when we come back on air, he's like, "You're listening."
Well, I've got one. I've got one. I just haven't told many folks about it.
It could be called the Noise FM.
Yeah, it's called the Noise FM. That's great.
Hard right wing.
It's me and Joe Rogan.
Big yikes! We're gonna keep this record cruising.
So we're going to play the next 2 in a row. We got another interlude called Present, which is going to lead us right into another classic 90s throwback track called Daylight. We're going to play 2 in a row. We'll discuss before we get to our last
Final
couple 2 songs here.
And before we jump in, which song was the most challenging to make happen from our friend Charlie out of the Cleveland crew?
Well, that's great. I mean, like we talked about earlier, I think House on the Hill was the most transformations in different versions of it. And then the version that everyone just heard was clearly the ultimate version, but it took us a while to get there.
It did. And I would say, House on a Hill and Panic to get it kind of to where we were all happy with it. Yeah. I think those are the 2.
Yep.
For sure. Because I think both of those were like, it was never bad, but it was always, we always wanted more from it, whether it was, hey, let's re-record this, or let's do this in the studio, or mixing obviously plays a big part of that.
Shout out to Joe Vishano for mixing.
True.
Our friend in Brooklyn, Joe V. who we met via Eric Hillman several years ago. He's mixed everything.
Yeah, someone had asked earlier who mixed the record, and Joe did both this and the last.
It sounds so good because of Joe.
Because, yes, agree.
Yes.
Well, the songs are good, but...
well, yes. But I'm saying the actual quality. Joe, who did House on Fire as well, you get a mix from Joe, and it's done.
World-class mixer, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, one of our
top the line.
favorites. And Hillman and I, as producers, lean on Joe more often than we should. I think this record, there was a big conversation about why we were tracking some of the main stuff at Heavy Duty in Burbank, which has, for the music heads out there, great tape machines, and it's just like a gear palace. We wanted to elevate our production so that we didn't have to rely on Joe to kind of blow it up. And I think that shines in the record. And so we'll keep it rolling. This is awesome, though. Thank you guys for hanging out for the whole record. That's really awesome.
So these next tracks are called Present, followed by Daylight, another blend, interlude into a beautiful song. Here we go, guys. Strap in.
And now that we're here, make it count, make it clear. I am well, I am well, I am well. In the past disappeared, I was out, wasn't here. I was worried and blinded by night. I was gone and away, just a shell in a place where I never could see my own home, where I never could see my own home. Lying wide awake, my mind can only race, and all that I can say is do not look away, 'cause I don't wanna stay in a heart that only aches. I'm trying hard to ride it out, but right about now I want it to slow down. Try to find a little space. I want it to slow down, but I can't wait. I can't look away, can't hide it, stay low. So I try again. It's a new way. Invite it in. It's a new way. And I can't wait. I can't look away. Morning's feeling fake. The plastic hearts won't break. You're lying to escape from everything you say. 'Cause I don't wanna stay in a heart that only hates. I'm trying hard to ride it out, but right about now I want it to slow down. Try to find a little space. I want it to slow down, but I can't wait. I can't look away, can't hide it, stay low. So I try again. It's a new way. Invite it in. It's a new way. And I can't wait. I can't look away, can't hide it, stay low. So I
Ooh, I don't know if it's the whiskey talking, but that might be the best song on the record.
You're listening to the Noise FM.
Listening to Hembree music, 100% music all the time. Welcome.
That was
to-
Daylight with a little interlude prior to that called Present that I was arguing should be track 1.
That's the one that we were talking about that Alex really wanted at the top of the record.
It's in the
And-
right spot. It's in the right spot.
It turned out it found its right spot. Another interlude about kind of missing home and wanting to get back to where you're happiest in life.
And I don't know if anyone earlier on the chat noticed, but Eric Davis from the band talked about how long and what a struggle it was to come up with the track listing. And for another Inside Baseball, coming up with the track listing for a full-length album is a very difficult thing because you have, you narrow down your 30 songs, then you narrow it down to 20, and then you narrow it down to your 12 final tracks. But then where those go on the album and in what order is crucial to the album. And we had countless,
endless text
Endless
thread.
amount of different variant playlists of the order where we would all okay, I'm going to test out Eric's order today. I'm going to go on a run. I'm going to listen to this order. Or the next day, be like, I'm going to listen to Alex's order. It went on for a very long time because COVID allowed us to think about it too much.
It's also funny because I remember feeling so passionately about it has to be this way
Exactly.
in that moment. And then now that it's passed, I'm like, oh, the record is exactly how it's supposed to be. But in those moments, you're really kind of you're grappling with it.
And you're putting your stamp on your playlist. I remember submitting my order this is it. If it's not it makes no sense. And we all did that. And then you all listen to each other's and you come to this beautiful compromise as a band. And then that's what you're hearing.
And that's
in the end, it's the
that's
best order.
democracy in action is what I like to say.
I like
That's
that
just-
we've got comments now that the Manhattans are hitting different.
Oh, the Manhattans
than
are
we've-
hitting hard.
Baby, give it to me.
Oh, my
Eric
goodness.
just say the extra time for this album did serve it particularly well, and I think we all agree with that.
Yeah,
for sure.
completely agree. The extra time, while we would have rather just been able to keep playing and building the band and everything.
Hey, for those
The
of you
extra time
just
was
tuning
nice.
in, we are Hembree.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
a band. This is our record.
You're watching on our
listening
YouTube
party
channel,
for
so
It's a Dream. 3/5 of the band are here. Eric and Garrett are manning the ship back in Kansas at the moment.
On the boards. They're rocking the boards. They're moderators on the boards.
This has been really fun though, just to have Eric Davis is doing a great job. I love seeing Eric Hillman pop up in the chat. Someday maybe we'll do a little, every human on earth has a podcast now, but maybe we will do a little podcast kind of talking about this stuff even more in detail.
And if we don't do that, we'll be back here next week streaming the record again.
We have a new
talking
career.
about
Every week we just play the album.
Audric asks, what's the verdict on the Buskers Irish
I got to
whiskey?
say it's a hit.
It's working.
It's a hit. Yeah. I will say no dinner and two Irish Manhattans. That's
About to be the third.
That's a Wednesday night right there, buddy.
It's
really
wow,
good,
it's just
I will
Wednesday.
say.
No, it's been awesome.
Smooth sipping. Not gonna lie.
Thanks to Buskers.
Yeah, thanks to our good friend Holden for hooking us up. The Busker Irish whiskey. I will drink again.
I think we're on the home stretch.
Yeah, we're
as
on the
sad
home
as
stretch.
It is to say.
The
Two-
final two songs, guys.
2 more tracks, and a huge shout out to you guys, Kat, Jonesy, JPEG for hanging out.
Yeah, JPEG's hanging around. Newt is scared to death of the lights at the moment, so she's out of here.
She's confused
And
what's going on.
okay, so we got 2 more. We got a song. So the album is called "It's a Dream." We got another song coming up called "It's Real." We loved the juxtaposition of the two, and they kind of play back and forth off of each other of life. Feeling so insane, and all of us kind of going through the daily motions, and losing touch with reality, and then all of a sudden you're back into reality, and that's this song. And then talking about the track list, we've had a few friends who spoke so passionately about the closer of this record. It's a song called "Time to Leave." I think they're in the chat. Steve, Jono, people who've been with us since day one, our friend Brad in Cleveland.
Yeah, I think Brad was a huge advocate for this song.
These are all people that have personally called me to tell me this song is going on the record, or they'll never speak to me again.
So now that you've just hyped it up,
yeah, okay.
I
So
hope it
I
lives-
hope you guys like it.
lives up to expectations.
Banger.
It's far from a banger. It's very different for Hembree, but we got this next one is a banger. This is one Austin really pushed for to make sure it found its way onto the record.
It's got roto toms. Let's be honest, guys. You'll hear him. It's
Oh,
got
now we
rototoms.
understand why. 2 more songs, folks. Thanks for hanging out with us.
This next track's called "It's Real."
there's nowhere left to hide. There's nowhere left to hide. People in every state, the happiness, depression, pendulum will stay swinging back and forth. We cannot concentrate. We close our eyes, tomorrow it'll be the same. But that's just how we try to disappear. We fear, baby, none of this is real. It's real. Don't wanna sound dramatic, but I need to feel like I could dance this feels right out the window, dear. We're always moving backwards as we say. Why do we live this way? It's real. Don't wanna sound dramatic, we live this way. To feel like I could dance this feels right out this way, dear. We're always moving backwards as we say. Why do we live this way? We can't relate. Every time I come around, I feel the weight. Living that picture perfect life, go on and demonstrate. You're always on the run, don't wanna complicate this matter, 'cause there's no way I could find a place for me to cry away the pain, the doubt, the greed. I'm feeling all this way. I can't believe there's nowhere left to hide out. And that's just how I try to disappear. I fear, maybe none of this is real. It's real. Don't wanna sound dramatic, but I need to feel like I could dance this feels right out the window, dear. We're always moving backwards as we say. Why do we live this way? It's real. Don't wanna sound dramatic, but I need to feel like I could dance this feels right out the window, dear. We're always moving backwards as we say. Why do we live this way? 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 It's real. Don't wanna sound dramatic, but I need to feel like I could dance this feels right out the window, dear. We're always moving backwards as we say. Why do we live this warning, an honest heart reporting back to get you through all of your trials. You're losing your patience. We're back in Kansas, pacing around the room you lived in as a child. And I can hardly stand here force myself to smile and tell you that we're okay and we should just move along. Well, the hardest part of giving up is knowing when we've had enough, and I can't tell you when it's time to leave. That feeling when we're giving in, the time has come, we can't pretend, and I can't tell you when it's time to leave. Purposely painted a picture of the changes, magnifying every single lie. I'm openly saying our history of aching isn't how we have to let this die. I'll try to make it even next time. The hardest part of giving up is knowing when we've had enough, and I can't tell you when it's time to leave. That feeling when we're giving in, the time has come, we can't pretend, and I can't tell you when it's time to leave. It's time to leave. Why don't you see? Why don't you see? It's time to leave. Why you're in need, will you listen to me? It's time to leave. Time to leave. You'll see. Well, the hardest part of giving up is knowing when we've had enough, and I can't tell you when it's time to leave. That feeling when we're giving in, the time has come, we can't pretend, and I can't tell you when it's time to leave. It's time to leave.
That's it, folks. 13 songs. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us and chiming in the thread. This has been an absolute blast. Some people I don't know, some people I do, some people that I'm related to and married to.
Girlfriends,
Related
you know,
and married too.
bandmates, friends, close friends.
Garrett, Eric,
You
miss
guys
you
crushed
guys,
the
love you
thread.
guys.
Yeah, thank you all so much. The record comes out on Friday. This was really fun. Maybe we've become YouTubers.
Yeah, this is it.
I will say the idea this week was that we would be playing a show on Friday night, and it really does break our heart that we are not able to do that show. You know, this band is not only about the music, but it's about the interaction with people like everyone on the chat. That is why we do what we do. It's to interact with fans and interact not with fans, but we don't even have
Now
fans.
digitally?
We don't even have fans. We have friends. Everyone is a friend. And
Hembree.
we are very, very heartbroken to not be able to play a show this week. So our last minute idea was to do what you're doing. What
People
we're
are
seeing
Just
here.
get drunk and talk about the record.
People are chanting for an encore. I don't. Can you do
Well,
that? Do you have the streaming capability?
See, this is the wild thing.
I could play another one of the
logistically-
songs that we've already heard.
Maybe we'll do that because logistically we figured out that if we play something that we don't directly own the copyrights to, including some of our own songs,
We had to clear this,
we will
actually.
get cut off of YouTube.
We have to-
we
so
had
we'll see
to
what
clear
we can
this
do.
from. We had to hit up our distributor and clear this.
Real quick, are there any last minute credits we should do? First of all, proud of you, man. Proud of you, Isaac.
He was about to drop one
I was.
on the live stream.
So proud of the record.
Thank you.
Well done. I hadn't listened to it in a
man.
while. I forgot. Man, it's wall
Thank
to,
you, guys.
In the words of our friend Brad, it's wall to wall. Wall-to-wall bangers.
Yeah, thank you all. We're fortunate to have such a good crew. And
More than anything, we are excited to bring this album to you live, hopefully by this summer.
This is amazing.
We would like to bring it to you guys live. It's been a struggle for us to keep canceling shows due to COVID, but it's just part of the world we live in right now. But stay tuned.
Hopefully, we're close to the other side.
We do have dates that we have not announced yet that will be happening this summer across America and maybe beyond.
And shout out to the person who said it's been a long time since Subtle Step, 2015. It has. Yes, those are very, very, very formative days of Hembree. 2015. We are now in 2022. In case you didn't know what year it was, because
Ryan, Indiana, Ohio. Yes, we have a show.
Yes,
I don't know if they've been technically.
I don't think we
announced
can
yet.
say. We can't say what it is exactly. But yes,
June or
We'll be all over Ohio. You won't be able to get rid of us.
the state of Ohio is going to have to remove us because we're
Yeah.
going to be there a lot.
We're gonna be eating your spaghetti and chili combo, and
Wait, what's
isn't that a
called?
thing? Spaghetti red? Is that what I'm thinking?
No,
Cincinnati chili?
it's
That's
Skyline Chili.
Skyline chili. Yeah, we're gonna be all over that stuff.
Well, thank you all. That's exactly what I envisioned for closing out the record with Skyline Chili. Garrett and Eric, love you guys. Everyone in the chat, y'all are amazing. This has been a blast. And new record Friday. Thank you. We love you.
Friday.
And
Tune in Friday. Buy or download that album.
However
don't just quite stream it on Spotify because we don't see a dime of that.
or pre-order.
Or pre-order. That would be the
We have a
best.
very slick looking vinyl that we just got confirmation is coming.
Yeah, it's coming quick, and we will be back live soon. So, and you know what? We'll probably do one of these again.
Yeah, we'll do
this
this
is
again. I think we're gonna do it again next week.
I think we might do this every day and then
In about
like,
an hour.
and then quit doing everything else and just do this full time.
We just don't play live shows anymore.
Yeah.
It's just live streams from my living room.
We're not even connected to the
we're
internet
gonna
anymore.
we're gonna do this till we drop to 0 viewers.
Oh, don't worry, I muted us a while ago.
Oh yeah, good. This is just us hanging. Last shout out to our friend Carolina. She's been in the chat all night.
Oh, that's a good. Point.
She took the album cover photo and she had the brilliant idea to flip me upside down. Genius, Caro. She also just recovered her car as it was stolen recently in LA. It is
LA.
back. And she also mentioned, I want to clarify one last thing. She said snack lounge, which was something we said on set when we shot the Reach Out Live videos of I was in the snack lounge instead of I was in the background, the lyric of the song.
Snack lounge.
I was in the snack lounge.
That's a perfect example of, again, collaboration. Everyone involved in this album are friends or now friends, and that was the whole point of this thing going into it was collaboration. Friends.
Oh boy, here we go. Now we're just
People-
talking.
And
let's keep it rolling.
And we've
So,
got
my favorite movie this year has been.
Did you set up a hotline? If we could do one more question here, can
Now
you
we're just doing a Q&A.
can you confirm the Skyline Chili rumors? That is fact. Our Skyline, it could never come down, is about the reign of Skyline Chili in the Cincinnati metro area.
It will never come down.
And to confirm, John, Isaac was actually upside down on the rock for that photo. That was not flipped.
Oh, yeah,
Isaac
yeah.
was standing upside down.
I do
on
my
the
own
rock.
stunts, just so everyone knows. I do my own stunts.
Carolina removed the wires that were involved to pull that shot off.
I am just shocked here that not many people have left. This is great. Okay, well, this gives me hope for the future of the band as a kind of talk radio vibe.
Yeah, if we can get this many people to the next show, we'll be good.
Oh, and my mom's in the chat as well. And she wanted me to comment real quickly. That is a jute box from.
That recently that they moved out from Kansas all the way to LA. It looks great. It's apparently
Mostly
fine for
functional.
making cocktails on.
It's 1971. It's a Seaberg Fireberg jukebox.
And we brought
1971.
that out from Kansas. Next week for the live stream, we're just going to play music off of the jukebox,
Until
and
we
you can
get-
tune in until we
Until
get shut
closed
down.
Charlie Fink asks Bengals or Rams. I'm still getting over it, Charlie. We'll talk about this later.
That's true. Any final questions in the chat before we log off?
Final questions.
Oh, you're opening up.
Oh, yeah, maybe I
you're
shouldn't
opening
have
a can
done
of
it.
worms here.
Okay,
Well,
Garrett has said Hembree's going to go for the Bengals. We, in our previous band, actually met the punter, Kevin Huber, who still punts for them, hung out with him several times. Really cool guy. We want this one for Kevin. We're going to go ahead and say another small market team deserves to win, although I am excited for Matthew Stafford. Thank you for joining the Hembree Sports Hotline. Weigh in, and we're going to need to get Eric, our resident sports expert.
Yeah, our
into this
sports
chat.
expert is in the chat at the moment. Did you like Dune?
Did you like Dune?
There we go. That's a question
There
we can answer.
On that one, I think we got to close it down. Love Dune, but we're going to move on here.
Thank you all so much. We love you all, and this has been way more fun than I anticipated.
We're going to go out with one more song. Which, what do you want to play again? For something new, or do you want to do something previously released?
Do you have anything previously
I think we
released?
maybe do House on a Hill again.
All right, we'll close it with House on a Hill.
We're going to
and
play
then we're
House on a Hill one more time, and this is the finale.
Final audio, you're going to watch us dance, and then we're going to shut this thing down.
We're going to pour ourselves one more cocktail
Oh my
during House
gosh,
on a
no,
Hill.
I am not.
Isaac's got to drive home. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
This has been too fun.
Love you, Eric. Love you, Garrett.
Miss you guys.
Love you, Mom. Love you, Dad.
Love
Love you, Mom and Dad Ward.
1, 2, 3.
Just received a text from our head of Oriad Records, our label. He did want me to let you all know we do have some amazing merch alongside this new record. I think that's a really good idea to let you all know. Hembreemusic.com. We'll keep the jams going, and thank you again. We'll be back soon.
Just a little longer.
check.